So this is a rare occurrence. Take 2 with the camera.
Yeah, usually we just keep in whatever.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yes, giant Jack Black baby head floating in the dark.
We lost it.
Yeah, we did. House of the Clock and its walls. We saw this trailer a while back and just
I'm sorry, it's really hard to see if the lighting on my face is okay.
Your lighting is fine just because you got a big head.
I probably look fine to everyone here, but on the screen I'm looking at, I have a timer and the stop button.
That's true. Yeah,
right over my eyes and face.
I'm sure you look fine. Just like my floating hands look fine. So yeah, what we're guessing is a superior sequel to Goosebumps. We haven't seen the new one yet, but at least this has Jack Black. It's based off a book series that neither me nor him read. I
knew nothing of it until someone else we know started reading it, and we were like, okay.
That's about, apparently there's like 30 books in the series. This is one of them. Hey, look, the movie was fun. It was a fun time.
Oh, yeah. No, I enjoyed myself.
There were problems.
I'm going to say, well, you may have had a couple more actual problems than I did. I was going to say, from my perspective, this may be a very short review, because I'm just like, it's good.
Yeah,
I mean, watch it. I mean, I think that historically this should be PG, but given kind of how they are nowadays,
PG-13.
where it's like they're super sensitive to anything, and like G and PG have to be like super little kids.
Yeah. Well, you never see G anymore. I can't think of the last movie I've ever seen that was G.
But that's the thing, is like nothing can get rated G because they're very uppity about the rating system now. To where I remember PG movies, you could get pretty dark with it.
Yeah, back in the day, this would probably be a PG movie.
I mean, this is a movie that honestly feels like it's for, little kids. Because it's an enjoyable movie for little kids.
It's light in the right places.
Kind of spooky.
It's spooky. It's dark in certain places. I mean, there's an animated corpse in the movie, for God's sake.
I mean, it's a little creepy. You can sit there and be like, oh, whoa.
And it is, you know what?
And it might scare kids a little bit, but they'll enjoy it.
For the time of year, too, it is a bit of a Halloween film. There's jack-o'-lanterns. There's witches and sorcerers.
Oh, yeah. It was very good for that.
I think there was probably some implied other things like werewolves exist and stuff, because we know demons exist in the world. I mean, it's I could try to explain the plot, but I'd be just going beat by beat.
Yeah.
I can say right at the bat, I think all of us agreed that Cate Blanchett and Jack Black were awesome in the movie.
Oh, they had some awesome, very like G and PG rated banter going on.
I loved it. They just keep insulting it back and forth.
They're insulting each other, and they're doing a good job. But at the same time, they're not saying anything that would be bad.
Well, it's also they're close friends in the movie anyway, so it's clearly just in jest anyway.
What I mean is,
to be fair, for an R-rated movie, like fuck you, you're ugly, fuck you. That would be what an R-rated movie.
Yeah, and we do that all the time. But like the two of them in this movie are very like. It's very nice and wholesome.
I do. We both agree that was a good line when they keep going back and forth. The answer, I give you a nasty look, but you already got one.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
There was one that. Oh, did that purple skeleton just talk?
I was like, I'm gonna make some cocoa. You want some cocoa? Yep, go get it yourself.
Hey, can you help us out and actually do something useful for once and go get us some cookies? It's like,
would you like me to shove them out of your throat or crumble up and shove them up your pants?
Yeah. That was good, though.
Jack Black, I think, was... Because they showed illustrations, apparently, what the characters looked like in the book. And I don't know why I did quotation marks in that. Quotation marks, characters, book. And yeah, Jack Black was actually the right kind of casting for that role. Just physically anyway, because he's a bigger guy, he's got a beard, but he's quirky, he's got that, not machismo kind of quality, but that bravado.
Yeah.
But he's also quirky and just lighthearted.
Well, that's the thing, is he very much comes off as like a 1930s, 1940s kind of stage act. Where he has that level of, and here we have the most amazing, the most wondrous sights your eyes have
To be fair,
seen.
he was in the movie. We do see he was a performer in the movie. Yeah.
That's what I mean, is that's really enjoyable.
And Cate Blanchett, I love Cate Blanchett in just about anything I see. I can't think of a movie I've seen her in where I didn't like her in it.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see her do like quirky roles. Not just like the epics like Lady Galadriel or Hela from, or the drama she does.
Was Lady Galadriel.
Yep. And that was and you know what? Besides a little age on her, she hardly aged at all.
I think they may have actually tried to age her.
Well,
up
she's
a little
supposed
bit
to be older. She's got
for
gray
this
hair.
movie.
Yeah.
Because they really hammered in she has gray hair.
Yeah.
And I think they may have added
Cate
like a little
Blanchett.
makeup
She's so,
onto her.
I'm like, you can do whatever you want. She's Cate Blanchett. She's still gorgeous.
She hasn't changed much since like the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't think of a movie off the top of my head that I know she's been in where it's like a quirky fantasy comedy. I've never seen a movie like her. I mean,
sure she has.
Where
been.
she herself has been like a quirky character.
Yeah.
Because she's played Hela, she's played Galadriel. I'm sure she's played other roles I can't specify at the top of my head.
Well, she kept doing one thing in this movie that kept entertaining me, which is she would be explaining something, and then she'd be like, I forget some of the lines, but she would basically suddenly, at the end of it, explaining it, kind of do this wide-eye thing. And it's like, that is oddly endearing, fun, and I think you might eat that child, but probably not.
I think it's okay, just as long as it's fed.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis, the main character, overall in the end, I'm good with Lewis, but he has a 30-minute stretch as a character where me and Mark were both like, you are a fucking moron.
Well, to be fair, he's a moron in the same sense that I feel you or I would be at that age.
True.
Where, looking back, we can go, wow.
We were idiots.
You're a dumbass and a terrible person. But, thinking about it now and watching a movie with someone like that.
He was a kid who lost his parents.
He lost his parents. He
just wanted a friend.
And, like, the one kid was being nice to him for a while. So he, was kind of having a friendship going on there. And then the kid immediately jumped back to suddenly being this prick.
Yep.
And
God, that kid was a prick. Like, seriously. The 50s were just a terrible time to be a kid.
Well, yeah. Granted, I would like to say, I don't think this was really the 50s.
It was the alternate take of the 50s.
That's the thing, is I get the impression that this is kind of like Fallout, where it's an alt history where the 50s possibly lasted longer than they actually did.
Possible.
Because in this movie, and I know it's kids' movie, so you can't expect too much, but one of the things that I do find kind of strange is the fact that, with the exception of the house, the uncle, and Cate Blanchett's character, the movie, like anytime he goes to school or anything else, feels very 50s.
A racially diverse 50s.
That's what I mean. Is I get you don't want to be introducing kids necessarily in a movie like this to racism.
Or segregation.
And segregation and shit like that. But it was the kind of thing where I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, this is very 50s, everything else like that. Basically, at this point, I'm analyzing the movie, trying to see if I can find anything wrong with it. because so far it's doing a really good job.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying
effects.
it.
Well, I enjoyed the effects quite a lot.
But one of the things I noticed was when he's at the school, and it's like the movie just it doesn't draw attention to the fact that it's the 1950s and that they're kids of color in his school.
Which, it's a lighthearted kids film. I don't...
Well, yeah. But that's what I mean. I get all that. So I kind of enjoy that.
It's not song in itself where we draw attention to the racism.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is I enjoy the fact that they set up this movie in such a way to where it just doesn't draw attention to it. Everyone's in there. Everything's equal for the most part. Granted, I do have to say, we never saw the bullies picking on anyone necessarily, I think, of color.
No, and I don't know.
And our bullies are almost ratcheted up like a level or two, and we get some Stephen King level bullies.
I was about to say, they are almost like, what was it, Toby or something, or Tarby or something like that? The kid who was nice and then turned to be a dick. He reminded me very much of, from the miniseries, the bully, the main bully, just from appearance-wise.
The miniseries?
Stephen King, the miniseries. The bullies. The main bullies. Stephen King, sorry. It! Sorry.
Oh!
Stephen King's It. I meant to say It. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
I was like...
Yeah, which one?
There's a miniseries just called Stephen King.
I'm Stephen King. Wait a minute, I gotta get this overbite right. I'm Stephen King, and I'm high on coke right now. Let me tell you a journey.
I'm scared the hell out of you.
I just want someone to do Stephen King right.
I love that man. I really do.
Coked out of his mind, he wrote a kid orgy. Yeah. Anyway, wait, did you?
No, I know what you're talking about, but I feel as though you can't offhandedly mention that, especially when we're doing a review about a kid's movie.
We've already dropped the F-bomb several times in this review.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining about that. I'm saying you can't suddenly drop out of nowhere. He was coked out of his mind and wrote a kid orgy. And just not follow that up with, well, let me explain.
Let me explain how he described a werewolf's penis at a urinal, but he was not transformed. So he's just describing a large, veiny dick. But it's a werewolf dick.
All right. Since he's not addressing it, in the book...
I think a lot of people already
know
the
original book of Stephen King's It, the Losers Club has...
The Ritual of Chud, I think.
A orgy in the sewers in the book. Yeah, they made the right call and cut that out of the miniseries and the movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Moving on, the effects I thought were pretty good.
Oh, yeah, the effects in the house with the clock in its walls?
Yes.
Okay, yes. The effects in that movie were very good.
Yes, they were. For 99.9% of the movie, I'm going to say that. Because big Jack Black-headed baby was just... We were the only three people in the theater.
Which was fucking weird.
We were basically riff-tracking.
We were in the largest theater here.
Yep.
Which is the XD Theater.
It's basically like a kind of a lower grade IMAX.
It's set up like a big auditorium. I mean, I forget how many people it can hold.
So it can hold probably, I think, like at least 300.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It can hold a large
more
number,
than your average one.
But we were the only three people in there.
Ooh, excuse me.
And like I walked around the auditorium at one point.
Just to get
and
scale.
It was weird. But yeah, we watched the whole movie.
We were riffing through it. I mean, there were times we were just enjoying the film, but other times we couldn't help.
Well, we would make little comments here and there. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, we even started before even the show was going, like, in the not too distant future.
Next Sunday, 18th.
I can't remember.
There are several different versions of that song.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
In the not too distant future, somewhere in time and space, there was a guy named Mike.
So essentially, the villain's plan is with his. I'll admit, I didn't see quite that plot twist coming with that, but where his wife.
Well, yeah,
there's the neighbor.
That too. No, the thing that I found interesting is you could tell at certain points where they were going to go a tiny bit darker, and this may be the case with the book too, but right before it got to that point where it's like, wow, this is kind of dark, it pulls its punch just a little bit. So instead of going like, wow, we're going into almost adult horror movie, it goes, okay, we're still in kid horror movie, to where I could see, playing this on Halloween while sitting around with some kids and like all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I would pair this up with what was I saying earlier? Like this is the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
There was another one.
There was a lot of great pumpkins that got blown the hell up.
There was another like kids Halloween.
But yeah, the villain's plan apparently with the clock is to reverse time, to reverse the existence of humanity. Basically start at the beginning, but then prevent humanity from being created. Which Mark raised a good point. It's like, wouldn't that mean magic and wizards and warlocks witches don't exist? But apparently they're safe outside in this like section here. Guess they're separate from space-time continuum of some bull crap.
Well, no, my point was more like, wouldn't that just mean that humanity would basically just repeat itself?
Well, yeah, but
then they answered that question.
That was my.
We're going to just prevent humanity from existing.
And they also said, "Don't worry, there's a spot up here. We'll be safe."
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Lewis channels basically time and space energy in his hands and zaps them, and he stops being a zombie. Which I'm like, you made out with a zombie, lady. I know it's your husband, but
yeah, but. No, the movie I was thinking of earlier was Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
Because this shares a lot of similarities
apart
with
from
that
just
movie.
Jack Black, obviously.
But I have to say, I do like the very, 1950s aesthetic. And the fact that the house that they're in...
It's a cool house.
...is a very cool... I want to say Victorian mansion.
Lewis gets a big-ass bed with swords and axes on his wall. He's got an awesome room.
It's a Victorian mansion.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Which, they never said exactly what Jack Black possibly does for a living at that point. Assuming he does anything for a living or he just lives there.
He probably just makes money on the fly. I keep in mind, this is also the 1950s.
True.
And actually, if you did notice, at the end, when they're walking back through the house, there was another little poster that got put up. Saying that they were going to put on a magic show.
Maybe he actually is a magician then, like, for a career.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I wouldn't give this a 10. This is not perfect. It's got its flaws, be a major or minor. Again, Jack Black, baby, I think trumps Schwarzenegger, baby, at this point.
I don't want to say that's a flaw so much as that's intended. Just because little kids will laugh and adults will be like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I would go an 8.
Though I do have to say, when you see that baby on screen, you have to remember, Jack Black is the same guy who sung, "Sometimes you don't have to fuck her hard. You can just fuck her gently."
Screw you gently. Fuck you sweetly. Yeah, I'd go maybe 8. Yeah.
I'd go 10.
All right.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good movie.
Little Women, they're making that again.
Okay.
It's like, isn't every story a love story? No, it is not. This was not.
It's not meant for us.
It's not. Mary Poppins. I'll have to look up the new trailer.
It's
I haven't
not
watched.
meant for us.
Hey, fuck you. Mary Poppins is awesome. Fuck you. Fuck
Look,
you.
I don't have a major problem with Mary Poppins. I just have a couple points where it's like, I don't know about this. Like, she comes up fairly, like, almost like a bit evil deity or some
She belongs in the movie House of the Clock in its walls.
Like, maybe Mary Poppins was saving those kids because those kids she knew would one day grow up to be the next Hitler.
Oh, God.
You never know.
Bumblebee. I'm actually got hope for Bumblebee. It's not, actually, it's the director of Kubo and the True Strings. So that guy directed, you know what? It's not Michael Bay directing it. I'm going to give it a shot. Granted, it's also coming out in the same day as Alita Battle Angel and Aquaman, and in the same week as Mary fucking Poppins. Someone needs the goddamn move.
Well, at least Mary Poppins isn't coming out the same
No,
day.
it's 2 days before.
Yeah, so that's not terrible.
But it's they're gonna hurt each other. Smallfoot looks dumb, and I'm probably seeing it next week.
Honestly, it looks like a weird step out of place in many ways.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon 3. Looking forward to that. I love the first two.
It's odd for me because this is like one of the first How to Train Your Dragon trailers I've seen. Mm-hmm. And I saw the first movie a little while ago. And the change in animation quality is kind of startling when you look at it.
They just get
because I remember how like the Viking villagers looked compared to how they look now is almost going from like a caricature like artist to like someone who draws like professional comic books or manga or some shit.
Goosebumps 2, I think we pretty much set our piece on that. We pretty much and there goes the lights. Hold on. Ed, we're lost in the dark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There we go. And then the last one, The Grinch. Look, the first trailers we saw, we were on the fence about, I think. Some of it was all right. Some of it was not so right. I think this kind of was the tipping point. I don't think we're going to like this movie.
Still a few points in this where I was like, this is okay.
I didn't mind like the stuff we saw of him actually stealing Christmas. They just did a different version of it, and that's fine.
Like, they were definitely a little bit more creative with it, so it was alright.
I wasn't a fan of that version of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
No.
And the yak doesn't need to fucking be there.
Well, that's the thing, is... So, in the first trailer we got, it was the Grinch kind of on his own with Max. And they referenced the yak being, like, around.
Yeah.
But not there.
But now...
And I remember that scene
where they're going through the snow,
through the snow, and it's him and Max.
This is the loudest snow I've ever stepped in.
Yeah, he's like, this is the loudest snow I've ever stepped in. And as each step is cracking loudly, well, in this version...
They have the yak there, too.
The yak is following them and jumping through the snow, and he doesn't even reference the how loud it is or anything. So it's a weird choice. No, I think he was just saying that the yak didn't need to follow them because the yak was like jumping.
Because he said the snow thing, but maybe I'm wrong. And then they get into bed and snuggle with him or something like that and go to bed. I don't know.
I think the yak is there just to be another cute.
Yeah, animal. It is, and you don't need to fucking do that. I'm also still not certain if I like Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch. I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
I mean, he has a nice voice.
I just don't know if it fits that character. I get he's trying to do a kind of Grinch-like voice, but I don't know.
They need something deeper, basically.
Yeah. Next week is a bunch of shit. I'm only seeing one, though. Probably going to be Smallfoot. I know Hellfest comes out next week. Little Women, I think, also comes out next week. And there's like a fourth movie coming out next week.
And you want to see Smallfoot out of all of those.
Yeah, because fuck Hellfest. And fuck
Hellfest might at least be mildly entertaining.
Yeah, but I'm not a horror guy either. So there's very few horror movies I really like.
And what is it, Little Women or Pretty Little Women?
Little Women.
Little Women. At least with that, the original was critically acclaimed.
Woohoo.
I know, but you're getting some guaranteed level of quality versus Littlefoot.
Smallfoot. Littlefoot was the character from Land Before Time. I know I'll double check the movies next week and see what I'm going. First of all, I don't know when your schedule changes, so you might not be joining me for the movie next week.
It might not even be changing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I can never fucking tell.
Well, I'll let everyone know, and I'll let you know when that happens. But until then, that is the review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And as usual, if you have an idea for any of the videos I do on the channel, please give me your requests. I always get to them.
Wait. Back up for a second. We're doing a review of it at some point?
If you'd like us, if you have an idea for a review, put it in the comments below, and we'll do a review of it at some point.
Okay.
I already did a review of it.
Okay, because I haven't seen, it's been forever since I've seen the original one.
Let alone the new one.
And I haven't seen the new one. I've seen some clips recently.
You sent me freaking a video of he dances to anything.
Ah, dude, that was fucking awesome.
Anyway, have a good one, folks. And we're not in Halloween season yet. I can't say happy Halloween until October. But still, happy fall, because it is. No, is it?
Happy Yom Kippur.
No, it's not even fall yet. The fall's not till Saturday, I think. 21st?
I think so.
Okay, so.
You're there. Sunday.
Pre-fall. Later,
Yom
folks.
Kippur.
Go drink some pumpkin.
Happy Halloween.